One of the hardest things for myself was coming to terms with the fact that I really enjoyed the romance genre. Well, not entirely, just strictly in anime. For example, I couldn't sit there with the wife and enjoy 2 hours of Friends with Benefits, but if 50 Shades of Grey was Goju Shokunagure, I wouldn't hesitate to watch it. I can recall my 14-year-old self trying to repent and stick to shonen, but the temptation of the harem mistress was far too powerful. And before I knew it, I let myself go and my innocence was taken. Looking back, it was pretty stupid, and I was clearly just insecure about my masculinity. And if anything, I wish I came to my shoujo senses sooner. But you know me, I'm a bit silly. I'm a silly Billy. At this point into my anime career, I can confidently say that I've seen enough shows to know which are worth the watch and which are full of, plot. And with that knowledge in mind, I'd like to share with you, my slimes, 5 romance anime you should watch. This list is in no particular order, and I've tried to include shows from different years so there is a good mix of old and new. And as always, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more content on Japanese cartoons. And without any further delay, let's go! Number 1. Rascal does not dream of bunny girl senpai. Puberty syndrome. In this world, it's said that it's a rare phenomenon which can affect teenagers and cause supernatural events to occur. To me, it sounds more like a sweaty, hairy palmed STI. But our story follows our no-nonsense protagonist Sakuta, who we learn in his past has experienced this disease before. One day, he sees the school celebrity, Mai Sakurajima, walking around in a bunny girl outfit in a public library. He then realises that no one can actually see her, and eventually she realises this too. And from there, he begins to discover more and more girls around him who are going through the same thing, whilst also slowly developing his relationship with Mai. It's always a breath of fresh air when we have a proper protagonist, who says what he wants and acts more like a proper geezer, rather than a pussy-ass bitch. It's a very unique take on high school, and a very interesting watch, so make sure you catch it streaming on Crunchyroll. Number 2. Clannad. The best of the big-eyed bitches trio of visual novel adaptations and arguably one of the greatest romance anime of all time. This series follows our delinquent protagonist Tomoya Okazaki, who loves his town because in his words, it's too filled with memories I'd rather forget. One day on his walk to school, he finds himself starting a conversation with a girl named Nagisa who is struggling to find the courage to climb the hill that leads up to their high school. And from there, Tomoya starts to find his life steering in a new direction. Can't lie, I've watched this about 3 times, and the second season is when this series really shines. It delves into the more raw life situations, and is one of the only anime that actually shows the couple's life after high school. But if you want to watch this series, you need a subscription to Funimation, for members only. Ugh. Number 3. Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Now, when we are first introduced to these characters, Kaguya and Shirogane, the first thing that I thought was, you narcissistic pieces of shit. And why? Because they are both aware or have the idea that they are interested in each other, but they are too fucking proud to admit it. And then we are flashed forward to a year later where both of them still haven't done shit because of that fact. Which has made them both extremely thirsty for each other to the point where every little interaction they have is a deep and well thought out mind game to get the other to confess. Or even much smaller things, such as asking for a fucking email address. But to absolute levels they go to do this is insane, and every episode is a game of tactics, and when you think the other one has won, the other always has something up their sleeve. And by the end of the first episode, you are in love with these characters and hungry for more. This show seems to be really popular, and already has a couple of seasons out, and a third is on the way, and you can find it streaming on Crunchyroll. Number 4. Snafu. Hachiman is a boy who has the body of a high school student and the mind of a pensioner with a stick up his ass. He looks down upon joyful youth and firmly believes that most people are plastic pieces of shit who aren't being true to themselves. Whilst that is relatively true, he is living his life actively avoiding social interactions with his peers, drinking shitloads of coffee, and spaffing off to his little sister. Not a healthy way to live for a high schooler. In a novel punishment for taking the piss out of modern social relationships in an essay he wrote, his teacher forces him to join the Volunteer Service Club, which aims to assist any student to achieve their goals. However, there is only one other member of the club, and that is Yukino Yukinoshita. So nice you'd say it twice. He then finds himself at the forefront of other people's high school problems, which is the last place he ever imagined he'd be. For those of you who haven't seen it, Snafu's story has recently come to a close, and there is 3 juicy seasons to satisfy you binge boys, and you can find it streaming on Crunchyroll. Number 5. Kimi ni Todoke. Okay, so Sawako is alienated at high school because she has a striking resemblance to that scary bitch from The Ring. Yeah, seriously. And because of this, people assume she has a frightening and violent personality, just like a fictional counterpart. Come on, guys. S, you, me, it's simple stuff, really. Anyways, she's actually a really timid and shy girl who has been longing to make friends this entire time, and she gets that opportunity when Kazuya, one of the most popular boys in her class, is drawn to her, and then invites her to a test of courage which she can use to finally connect with her classmates. And from there, her life starts getting brighter day by day. It's been a really long time since I've watched this, but I have to admit in my opinion, it's a top tier rom-com, and has a healthy 25 episodes to watch as well. Witness the fitness. However, I can't fucking find this anime to watch anywhere. 9 anime. But I'm sure we'll get it one of these days. Akun to Kanajo. With it being the depressing and shit time that it is, I thought it would be appropriate to share this quick fix of fun, that is, emotional abuse, the anime. Akun is an extreme tsundere who finds it nearly impossible to be nice to his girlfriend. In fact, he just straight up roasts the shit out of her to the point that she's used to it. But behind closed doors, he's actually obsessed with her to the point of having thousands of pictures of her spread out on his walls. If you're looking for an easy watch, every episode is about 3 minutes, so if you have some time on your hands, I highly recommend you take a look. And you can find it streaming on Crunchyroll. So how about that, eh? These were some of my favourites, and I'd love to hear yours, so please, tell me your 5 in the comments below. And if you enjoyed what you saw, then please, like and subscribe, and I'll keep feeding you with the sweet succulent nectar that AniTube has to offer. For now, see ya!